Was it really just cancer? Or was there something more behind D'Angelo's sudden death? Some say he'd been distant from certain artists in his final months. Silent, withdrawn, almost haunted. Could a hidden feud or heartbreak have pushed the soul legend deeper into isolation before his tragic end? Imagine a voice so smooth, so deeply spiritual, that it felt like it could heal pain. Now imagine that voice suddenly falling silent. No warning, no goodbye, just silence. The world has lost one of its purest sounds. The name is D'Angelo, a legend. A man whose voice defined an era and whose silence has left millions heartbroken. Stay with me till the end, because by the time we finish, you'll understand why D'Angelo wasn't just a singer. He was a revolution wrapped in soul. Born Michael Eugene Archer on February 11, 1974, in Richmond, Virginia, D'Angelo grew up surrounded by gospel and rhythm. His father was a Pentecostal minister, and the church was where young Michael first touched a piano. By age 3, he was already making melodies, and by the time he was a teenager, music wasn't just his passion, it was his destiny. He started his career humbly, writing songs for others and helping shape R&B in the early 1990s. In 1994, he co-produced You Will Know for Black Men United, a hint of what was coming next. Then, in 1995, everything changed. His debut album Brown Sugar exploded. The album went platinum, redefining soul music for a new generation. Songs like Lady and Brown Sugar weren't just hits, they were declarations. D'Angelo had arrived with a sound that was both classic and modern, echoing Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder while setting the stage for the neo-soul movement that would soon dominate the 2000s. But his second album, Voodoo, released in 2000, was the turning point. The moment D'Angelo became a legend. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts and won him 2 Grammy Awards, including Best R&B Album. It wasn't just a success, it was a statement of musical genius. The track Untitled, How Does It Feel, became one of the most talked about songs and videos of the decade. The sultry video showing D'Angelo in a single-take shot, stripped of all artifice, was both intimate and controversial. It revealed not just his body but his vulnerability. And that was the point. Behind that confidence, though, was a man battling pressure, fame, and expectations. His manager at the time revealed how uncomfortable D'Angelo felt being turned into a sex symbol. He was an introvert, a deeply spiritual soul who struggled with how the industry and fans began to see him, more as an image than as an artist. He'd never looked like that before in his life, said his manager. He was shy, spiritual, and suddenly the world wanted his body instead of his soul. The weight of that fame drove him into isolation. After Voodoo, D'Angelo stepped away from the spotlight. There were years of silence, filled with rumors about addiction and depression. In 2005, he was arrested for drug possession and driving under the influence. Not long after, he was in a serious car accident that nearly claimed his life. The world began to wonder if the man who had once revived soul music would ever return. But in 2014, after 14 years, D'Angelo came back, and he did it on his own terms. His third album, Black Messiah, was more than music, it was a movement. Released in the wake of political unrest in America, the album became an anthem for justice, equality, and spiritual awakening. Critics called it one of the most powerful records of the decade. Songs like The Charade and Till It's Done carried his signature mix of groove, poetry, and protest. D'Angelo had found his voice again, not for fame, but for truth. Even after his return, he remained private. He wasn't chasing hits or attention. He performed when he wanted, spoke rarely, and seemed content to let his art do the talking. In 2019, his haunting song Unshaken for Red Dead Redemption 2 once again proved his ability to reach deep into listeners' hearts with just a few notes. Then came the heartbreaking news. On October 14, 2025, at the age of 51, D'Angelo passed away in New York. The cause of death was revealed to be pancreatic cancer, a private battle he had fought quietly for months. According to reports, he had spent time in hospice care, surrounded by loved ones, after months of hospital treatment. He had never gone public with his diagnosis, choosing instead to endure it with dignity and peace. His family released a statement confirming the tragic news. "The shining star of our family has dimmed his light for us in this life. After a prolonged and courageous battle with cancer, we are heartbroken to announce that Michael D'Angelo Archer, known to his fans as D'Angelo, has been called home. We are eternally grateful for the legacy of extraordinarily moving music he leaves behind." The world stopped. Social media filled with tributes from artists, friends, and fans who had been touched by his sound. Nile Rodgers recalled how he had met D'Angelo early in his career, how he listened to every demo tape the young artist had brought to his New York apartment. "It was smoking," Rodgers said. "I told him, put it out, it's perfect. And a year later, I heard that same song on the radio. It was genius." Lauryn Hill, who had shared a deep spiritual and creative connection with D'Angelo, wrote, "You imagined a unity of strength and sensitivity in Black manhood to a generation that only saw itself as having to be one or the other." Missy Elliott also shared a heartfelt message online saying, "No parent wants to see their children go, but it's painful for children to see their parents go too. Send prayers for his son, who lost both his parents this year." That line hit everyone hard, because it was true. Earlier in 2025, D'Angelo's former partner, soul singer Angie Stone, had died in a tragic car crash. Together they shared a son, Michael Jr., now 27, who lost both of his parents within months. Tributes poured in from across generations. Jamie Foxx wrote about how he was graciously envious of D'Angelo's talent, saying that watching him perform live was like watching an angel at work. Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers posted, "No one did anything funkier over the last 30 years. I never knew him, but I humbled myself before his music." Even video game studio Rockstar Games posted a tribute, thanking D'Angelo for his song Unshaken, calling it an enduring part of the legacy of Red Dead Redemption 2. For D'Angelo, music was never about fame. It was about connection, the kind that goes beyond words and into the soul. His songs weren't written just to entertain, they were meant to heal, to challenge, to reveal truth. Whether it was Brown Sugar, Untitled, or Spanish Joint, every note carried his heart. He is survived by his 3 children, Michael, Morocco, and Imani, and by an unmatched musical legacy that continues to inspire new generations of artists. His influence can be heard in the smooth honesty of Frank Ocean, the groove of Anderson .Paak, and the passion of Her D'Angelo didn't just make music, he reshaped it. So as you sit back, maybe with his album Voodoo playing softly in the background, remember this: legends never really die. Their voices stay in our memories, in our playlists, in the way they made us feel. D'Angelo's sound still vibrates in the corners of time, tender, soulful, and eternal. If this story touched your heart, hit the like button as a tribute to one of music's purest souls. Comment below and tell us which D'Angelo song still moves you the most, and why. Because in the end, that's what D'Angelo gave us, the gift of feeling. And that's a gift that never fades.